Is a narcissist's behaviour all unconscious? Just replying to a comment here from Help Learn Survive. I think their behaviour is unconscious personally in my experience. Well, then we've got other people on the other side who say that it's all conscious and they just don't care. Well, my belief is actually more complicated than that. My belief is that they're stuck in the paranoid schizoid position of Melanie Klein's theory of object relations, and as a result, I'm going to use that to share my perspective. Now, the paranoid schizoid position is an early childhood position or phase or stage where there are just these sort of like polar opposites. So everything's all good or all bad, and that's emotionally speaking. There's nothing in between. Now, it turns out that this is prior to the development of complex emotions. Makes sense, doesn't it? They've only got these two options, all good or all bad. They literally have no other options in terms of emotions. Other than perhaps sort of like feeling that someone's not useful to them. Useful is often just supporting their sense of self by helping them to stay over where it's all good, by idealizing them. That's just validation, that's just attention, that's just narcissistic supply. Yeah, so imagine they don't have any other options. We've got complex emotions. We can sort of fall a little way towards feeling something unpleasant and then go, well, do you know what? It's not that bad really. You know, I've had worse. It starts to go back over to good. And then you might at the end of it go, do you know what? I learned a lot there. Of course, you'll end up here in ambivalence where you've got a mixture of both. No, that's not what happens for them. If they end up falling away from the all good, they risk falling to the all bad altogether. Without other options, there are no little bits and pieces in here to help them regulate this. Well, not internally. The only things they have are primary ego defenses. Let's talk about projection. Projection is a primary ego defense. And what is it? Well, because the young baby at this stage doesn't have the ability to process their emotions internally, then they have no other option. The external must do it for them. So, unconsciously, this is an unconscious process. Unconsciously, the baby perceives negative emotions that they feel as coming from the outside. This is unconscious, and it remains as such in a pathological narcissist. It's unconscious. This means when they track you down and they start saying, you feel this way and you feel that way, and you're like, no, I don't, I really don't, they really believe it. So according to my understanding of this, they don't know they are projecting. However, let's go a step further, because beyond projection is actually projective identification. This is just an extension of projection. It's where they feel things they don't like, they project them onto you, they feel that you're attacking them, that you're the one who's aggressive, when actually it's their own aggression, and then they try to use the remaining aggression to trigger an aggressive response in you and say, ha, told you you're aggressive. Now this is very likely to cause an argument, because nobody likes being told how they feel. That's tantamount to being told who you are. No one likes that either. But don't forget, at this point, the narcissist is actually trying to seek sadistic supply from you, not narcissistic supply. Rather than have you adulate them and they feel puffed up and bigger than you and better than you, well, they still get to feel bigger and better than you, but this time it's by putting you down. So first they have to prove that you are them. They have to prove that you are someone who struggles with emotional dysregulation, which means they have to dysregulate you first. When they projectively identify and they get that response out of you, that's when you're going to see that very infuriating little smirk. At this point, they know what they are doing. Not fully, but they know they are causing you distress and they like it. How do I know this? Well, apart from the little smirk, it's the things that I hear from clients and from stories from people on here as well. And also I remember, sometimes they will tell you. Admission of these things might come up when they're trying to reverse discard. You could do better than me, I'm no good for you, blah, 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 blah. That's because a full discard, when they've destroyed someone to this amount, is actually a risky business for them, because then people will start to think, I wonder why so-and-so's traumatized and why that person isn't. But they've gone around creating a smear campaign in advance. That takes a lot of conscious effort. So, according to my understanding, it's a lot more complex than just one or the other. Anyway, hope that helps. Bye for now.